So, hello everybody. Let's open up this Revell workstation kit and see what's inside. Let me just turn it sideways like this. These are sold separately, but I'm going to talk about them as well later on. So these are some paint or piece holders that come with the kit. You can put little pieces there or paints, so you can arrange them in any way you like. It comes with a, I believe this came separately as well, yeah, this pad, but you have to watch the dimensions for it. It's model number 39056. It's 300 by 220 millimeters cutting mat, so it's the right size to fit into that. By the way, the model number for this particular workstation is, let's see, 39085, in case you remember. Okay. Let's take it out. Especially for smaller sized models, I think that's gonna be pretty useful. So let's box down. Yeah. Let's open this, see what we have. This is a pretty sturdy cutting mat. It looks quite, solid. You can find other options, provided of course that the dimensions are right. But I'm very pleased with Revell's offering on this one. But again, you can diversify. So let's open these up, see what we have. Okay, we have these again, custom paint or placeholders. So what I'm gonna do is basically I'm gonna just take these out using my nippers. There you go. Also got some brand new nippers. That's probably one of the things that you should buy while building a plastic model. So it's highly recommended that you get something like that, because you're going to use it a lot. And unlike some other tools which you may or may not get a lot of use, but this is definitely one of the more essential tools, if you like. So let's keep cutting those for a while. If you want, you can, file these excesses or, just shave them off, but I'm not gonna bother for this short one. Just place them here, like more or less randomly. And I'm not thinking of keeping this sprue. I think I'll just throw it away. Keep it with the workstation, these pieces. So here you have maybe for a larger paint set. This definitely looks like this piece is for small pieces of the model that you may want to build. And again, 172 scale, 176 scale tanks or those kinds of small scale kits are useful. I don't think you can build something very large in it, which is not a problem, but just something to be aware of. So, okay, let's get this out as well. So again, various holders for various paints or other like small pieces and so on, which I think will turn out to be quite useful when it comes to building a model. Let's see. And we got all of the sprues taken care of. so leave that aside. And there you go. Two of them will be extra for you, but you can use them in any way you like. You will definitely need space to put your stuff on. Now I'm gonna discuss some of the tools that I've acquired over a period of time, more or less a year. So don't try go buying all of them all at once, but I got some masking tape here, and these come quite cheap. You can just, whenever you see a sale or something like that, you can stock these up. We got some nice files here. These are permanent, like metallic files, again from Revell, mini needle files, part number 39077. Yeah, these are pretty good. Set of brushes. This will be for more coarse work, not very fine work, because I have finer brushes for that kind of work. And we have tweezers here. I actually have a set of 5. Tweezers will always be necessary, so I recommend you get a nice metallic pair. In some cases, maybe even more than one. Might be a good idea. We got blue tack. We use to hold small pieces and to paint them later. Let's see what else. Yeah, these are some of the other tweezers, part of the tweezer set I was talking about. One tweezer should be quite sufficient, but if you can get it in a set, why not? Okay, we have this Revell's brush, which should be a number, I don't know, 30. So it's a very fine tip brush. So let's see if I can open this one. Yes. It opens quite difficult. I'm not sure if it's a very good packaging, but and this is a very, like, for example, painting figures and so on, it can be used. It's a little like they should have something like a plastic holder here to keep the feathers straight. Feather is not the right word, hairs straight, but no big deal. Yeah, would be better. Let's just put it in this brush space. So we got several different kinds of glues. These are for clear contacts, like canopies, like transparent windshields and so on. So again, whenever you get a chance to find them on a sale or something, it's a good idea. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. It would be nice if it came in this, but this is a 00 brush, so this is very fine edged as well, again for painting figures and so on. It would be nice to get this covered with the other brush as well, but what are you gonna do? Okay, we have a color stop for top coat finish. I'm not entirely sure where I would use that. We got putty. So if you have, like, if you are making an assembly and there's some distance between the two parts, you may want to fill it with some putty, and it's like you have to use it very carefully and not overuse it, definitely, but sometimes it may be necessary, so it's good to have. You will not need it in every model, but, and by the way, with precision, the fit of the models is increasing, so you will need less and less of putty work. But so these are sanding sticks. These are like a cheaper alternative if you like these metallic ones, but these sanding sticks can also be useful if you want to do quick, like fast filing work. So pretty good for that, handy to have. Again, if you find them in a sale, I could recommend you that one. Let's see what else. That's about it, I think. Oh, I have this fancy fix kit here. Again, this works with UV light, and it has a UV light source as well. Again, here's the UV LED. but again, I'm not 100% certain how it would be used, but you know, again, good to have in your stash if you found a good deal. So here I want to show you the kit I'm thinking of building. Again, it's a Revell 176, which is a great fit for this mat. It's just the right size, and when you're just starting out, you need to do a lot of these smaller kind of plastic models so that you gain some experience from making them, and this simple one is just great for the job. Let's take it out of the box, and when I finish it will be only 6.3 centimeters long. Just again, just the right size for such a limited workstation. And we have a nice diorama here, and we have some figures as well. And these brushes will come in handy when we're painting the figures. And we have the instructions right here, and we have the decals, which just jumped out of the page there. Yeah, you will need to be very careful in placing those. But again, I think there's like a desert scheme of doing like desert scheme diorama with them. I'm not sure which one. Yeah, North Africa, Panzer Regiment 8, 15th Panzer Division. I have no idea how that organization goes, but like, and we have another one again from North Africa. I believe one of these would be a scheme in gray, but yeah, we have the colors here A and B, which are coded to. By the way, you can put your instructions like this here if you want to follow them closely. Let's look at A. What does A say? Get my magnifier here. It's Africa brown, and B is tank gray matte. Both of them are matte. So yeah, like there might be a tendency to use it without painting for this portion, but I don't recommend it. I think I will probably use tank gray, and I will be back with more building details. I will now soak them in some water with soap and clean them up so that it gets ready for painting. So let's see, look at the pieces. Yeah, they're quite small, just 2 screws. And we have these nice tracks here, which will need something like a soldering iron or some, I don't know, hot iron, something like that to assemble in the end, but we'll get to that later. So, and you can see the figures here, the diorama sets and so on. Relatively few pieces, so just let me see. Does it have the number of pieces? Probably not. Okay, but in any case, I can't imagine more than 100 pieces here, probably much less. And like part of it will be from the diorama, and you know, most of it would be like this. And you can see it's quite small. Okay, so thank you for this one. Please like and subscribe, and see you in the next video. Have a good one. Bye.